and welcome to Lava. This is a global Lava show tonight, so thank you for joining us. For those of you new to Lava, Lava is here to support the Los Angeles venture ecosystem, starting from startups all the way out to exits, M&As, acquisitions, and sometimes even, well, we don't want to talk about it, the B word. But in any case, you're joining us here in a global Lava event, and I'm very excited. We're starting a new series. Before I turn it over to Michael to talk about this new series that we're working on, allow me to share with you a little bit more information about some of the other things that are coming up. We have another one of these events coming up in a couple of weeks, if I'm not mistaken, for another region and Michael will talk about that. Next week, we have a Women in Lava event that's called Deal or No Deal. And the question it's going to be addressed is, how are people closing deals in COVID without actually meeting each other? So we're going to meet 4 amazing women who have all closed deals with fairly large amounts of funding during coronavirus, and many of them have never met the people who are investing in them. So fascinating panel next week. That's Thursday night, same time, actually the same bat time, same bat channel. Just want to also let you know, if you haven't been around for a while, we've really increased the number of events that we've been doing and the communities that we have at Lava. We've just added Lava Space, FinTech Lava, Food Tech Lava, Lava PE for the later stage stuff, and Lava Gov. So that's in addition to the other Lavas that you already know about, Lava Bio, Women in Lava, this one, Global Lava, Lava Gaming, that's really excited, Lava Media, that's also really exciting. So without further ado, you're not here to hear me talk, you're here to actually hear these amazing companies today. I'm really excited to hear from these companies who are already revenue generating, profitable, and they're ready to take on the US market. So without further ado, Michael McClune is here to join us. And while we're introducing Michael, I also want to take a minute to thank Sharon Rebinder, who is also a committee chair for this Global Lava Committee. But Michael took the lead on this one. Good evening, Michael.
Thanks, Darren. Yeah, thanks to Sharon, my co-chair at Global Lava. We have been working hard over the last year to do some really interesting things, and thank you for coming to the Genesis event of our latest mission, which is bringing, as Darren said, really profitable companies from cross-border. So this is going to be a series where we present, yes, innovative, yes, high growth, but profitable SMEs, not the MVP stage, but ones that are making money from cross-border in their own markets, in their own regions. And by doing that, it's going to insulate their cross-border market entry into the US. And our assumption is that it's going to decrease your risk, because you're going to have sites, first dibs, first look, first crack at companies that have that money and revenue and profit to insulate that move. And then you're going to have the ability to see some deals that you're not going to see elsewhere. So once they get here, we have what, 20–25% of the global purchasing power right here in the States, but we also have other opportunities. Like we have free trade agreements with the almost entirety of Latin America and Canada. So our goal again is to bring potentially really lucrative opportunities for deals here in our market, in our home, but also revenue and profits from abroad that hopefully you guys, our investor network, can tap into. So who am I, you may be asking? I run the International Business Accelerator, and it's an acceleration program for cross-border growth by high growth companies. So we help US companies go abroad and export products, services, and tech platforms. And we also help foreign companies come here. So a little bit of housekeeping. I want to send a gratitude to our partner, Jong, from M3 in Korea. He's done a tremendous job putting all the pieces together. None of these companies are my clients. Jong has a good network over there. He's LA based, but he's over there now doing this work. So thanks to you, Jong. The Q&A session, we will have one at the very end. So please put the questions you have in the Q&A box. A lot of people tend to put those in the chat, but let's try to put those in the Q&A, and Darren will cull through those and ask towards the end. So we'll have 4 companies pitching. After the pitch, we'll have our esteemed panels. panelists who you'll meet in a minute. And then we'll go through those four, and then we'll have a Q&A, as I said, at the end. So put those questions in the Q&A box. I'll also put an email in the chat. If you have questions after the event, write down this email, and you can send the questions to all four of the companies to that email. So with that, thanks everyone for a Genesis event. And yeah, as Darren said, what is it, April 8th, we're doing Central American IT tech companies. Really good value for US investors to get a piece of Central American companies. So, so thanks again. And Darren, over to you.
Thanks, Michael. One other thing, in 2 weeks, I believe, next week is the Women in Lava. In 2 weeks, we're doing another Global Lava event on Francophone countries. Is that right, on the 30th?
Could be. As you said, I'm taking the lead on this, and our co-chair for Global Lava is taking the lead on that. So yeah.
We will put that in the chat with the details once I go offline. So if I'm not mistaken, without further ado, we're going to show the video of the first company. Is that correct?
Yeah, and then we'll have the panelists introduce themselves very quickly.
Great.
And then we'll go to FitPet.
So this is FitPet. Oh wait, is this the Roundup video or the FitPet video? We'll play the Roundup video first. There it is. Not the smoothest of transitions. But here we go. I think some of you may have seen this already. And now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we're going to show the next video from FitPet, our first company. Very exciting.
Hello everyone, my name is Scott. I'm in charge of foreign business expansion at FitPet. FitPet is a leading pet healthcare platform in Korea. About 50 million Koreans have pets, and 89% of them say, my pets are my family. And their demand creates $3.4 billion US pet market in Korea. The pet industry in Korea is growing really fast. However, about 83% of pet owners say it is very difficult to keep pets in Korea. They say it is because of the problems such as inefficient pet insurance, undependable cost for veterinarians, and not trustworthy quality of Korean pet food. Therefore, pet owners are spending a lot of time and money for taking care of their pets. FitPet approaches the market with a different strategy. We introduced a home biotest kit called AHEAD, which combines ICT and biotechnology. We collect traffic and data through the kit, and we've been launching new services using the data. We also build a value-adding cycle by developing pet product using the data. Our home biotest kit allows pet owners to diagnose 10 diseases of their pet at home within a minute. And it only costs about $10 US. The test is very simple. Put your pet's urine on the test strip and place the test strip on the middle of color chart and scan the color chart using our application, and you get the result immediately. It helps you to take your pet to a veterinarian earlier than when it's too late. We are also making great efforts to develop premium pet food and supplies. Our AI system on our online mall recommends the best fit health product based on customer health data. Therefore, pet owners can easily purchase the best pet health products at our online mall. Thirdly, we try to build a pet cleaning ecosystem. We have collected a huge amount of pet cleaning listed data with their reviews. And we launched a service called Pet Pet Cleaning Searching Service. At the moment, we are only providing a searching service. However, we'll add more services like reservation and CRM and EMR functions. The last is pet insurance. PPET has data for pet and medical fees. And we also have pet identity recognition solution. And we already built pet cleaning networks. With the four strengths, PPET has sold more pet insurance than any other insurance company in Korea last year. Our goal is establishing our own insurance company with our specialty in pet industry. PPET provides service for pets' whole life cycle. It helps pet owners to manage their pet from preventing disease to take well care of them. It's more important that we're providing customized service using our data. PPET is consists with experienced experts. Our CEO, Jung-woo Ko, started his career at Samsung as an IT engineer. And he was also CMO at successful finance startup called Funded. PPET has been very successful in Korea. Our revenue, which was only $450,000 in 2018, reached $20 million last year. And now we are targeting $60 million revenue and also beating the break-even point for the first time by end of this year. This is all I prepared for today. Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Wow, that was fantastic. $20 million this year. Oops, got to turn on my own video. I'll now ask the panelists to go ahead and turn on their videos if they have some questions. Jung, you can also put the video on for where you are at Roundup. There we are. Everyone's coming in. So $20 million past the break-even point. That's pretty exciting. Daniel, did you have any questions? Catherine, I think you all are muted. So if someone is talking, we can't hear you.
Well, I guess I'll start. Yeah, I saw the slide that said there's 15 million pet owners, right? And so what's the market penetration so far? For 20 million, that's 20 million revenue is definitely a real amazing growth in 2 years. But I'm just trying to wanted to see what's the future growth prospects in terms of market penetration of your service so far.
Okay. So there are about 50 million pets in Korea, and then at the moment we have about 400,000 registered members at our online mall. So actually, still we are less than 10% of total pet owners in Korea. So this year we are targeting 60 million revenue, which is 3 times more than last year. So we're gonna have about 20% of market share in Korea. That's our target for this year.
By the way, that was Dan Wu, who's a partner at Fox Rothschild, who does a lot of deals with Korean startups and US startups. A very trusted figure in the LA startup scene. So didn't want you to go unnoticed, Dan.
John or Catherine, did you have any questions or comments or feedback?
Yeah, can I ask a question in terms of your test kits are $10? What are your price points on your other products and what's your margins on those? And besides Korea, what's your go-to-market strategy for your next 3 countries?
Okay, so actually, the cost for the test kit actually is about I think I cannot give you exact figure about less than $3. So I think the price which we are selling at the moment, which is $10, is I think we making good margin. And then go-to-market strategy, actually in Korea, we have a lot of data we collect through the kit and through the online mall, which we are targeting 20s and 30s young ladies who got a job and stay alone. But we try to enter the U.S. market, and actually we are working together with one of the consulting company that we try to find out what is our customer persona in the United States. We believe that is going to be different from what we have client in Korea. So actually we are still in the process of finding out what exactly we have to penetrate the market and which client we have to targeting. And then actually our main target is United States, but actually we are having difficulty to finding this kind of customer persona, and then like the American, we are still studying United States client. So at the moment we are exporting to 5 countries in Asia, include China and Hong Kong and Singapore and Malaysia and Indonesia. So they are doing very well in those countries, but we're still preparing to go to the US market.
John, did you have any questions or comments?
No, I think I'm good. Yeah, I'll save my questions. Thank you.
Catherine or Daniel, any other questions or comments?
Well, instead of question, I can just offer some feedback. So we are invested actually, I mean, relatively a bit into the pet space in Korea, and yes, it's a growing market. We're investors in Be My Pet, which is a top content producer for pet related kind of IP, and then we're looking at the healthcare space. I think it's a tough one, which and we've seen a lot of attempts at doing this kind of similar kind of urine collection, and we actually saw this earlier, like 5 to 7 years ago, and then we work closely with Dan as well. So Dan, you might have remember a company called Scanostics, and used to be for urine collection, and now it's developed in. It used to be called Petnostics, and now it's became Scanostics, and now it's Scanwell, doing really well on the sort of urine-based test collection for now human beings. And on the dog, for pet urine sample collection, what's been really challenging is the actual collecting of the sample from the actual dogs. And then, so that's been one difficulty we've seen both in the US and Korean market. And then second is the other difficulty we've seen is just adoption by consumers. Yeah, I mean, we feel that there's a market, but when it comes time to sell it and have consumers buy this and actually use it with their pets, that's been quite challenging for many companies to prove. So if you want to provide some feedback on both of those, that would be great.
Okay, thanks for the great feedback, Mr. John. So actually, in Asian countries, most of people stay in small apartments. So most of them, they educate their pet urine in the indoor. So we don't really have challenges because they are easily collecting the urine from their pet in the house. But we actually have a challenge when I talk to the potential partners in Australia and the United States. They say their pets are urinating everywhere. especially, in the yard or, in the park. So that was one of the challenges we have to educate the pets to urine in certain place. So actually we have a different lineups for our test kit. We actually providing together with some tools which can help the pet owners to collect the urine easily. For example, we have the test kit for cat. Actually, we providing together with the non-observant cat litter. So we try to help them to collect the urine, easier. But still, for those countries, Australia or European countries or United States, we're having same challenge at the moment. That is one of the challenges we have, solved as soon as possible.
All right, excellent. That's 10:20.
Yeah, well, we can wrap it up for FitPat for now. And,
Okay. Just a reminder to everybody, I put the info@ztop.kr email address. So if you have questions for FitPet and their insurance and their platform and their data and their test analysis kits, you can reach them through that email. So Darren, let's go to the CPG product, the athleisure wear, before we go back to the other two tech companies.
Okay, so we'll go to Paisley.
Parsley.
Sorry. Uh-oh. I did have them teed up and they're no longer teed up. Hold on, I'll bring them back up again. And let's see if I can get to the share part in time.
Well, until it starts, Parsley's the athleisure wear.
Percy, and I will give you a little. Hello, I'm Jill, the CEO of the Activewear brand Percy, and I will give you a little presentation on marketing, analysis, and strategies entering an activewear market in the United States. When I was in States, I enjoy wearing leggings every day, but whenever I wear them, I could not satisfy entirely. Some of the lengths were too long, or length of inseam was short, I didn't like the colors, so therefore I was dying to find the perfect leggings. I started Parsley in Daegu, a city famous for producing fabrics in Korea, and there are many factories and manufacturers providing high quality fabrics, and that led me to develop our signature fabric line, Olay and Airbrush. Especially Airbrush, for instance, it is very similar to Lululemon's Deluxe fabric, but Lulu is 4 times expensive than ours, so we definitely can offer high quality products with more reasonable price. Our another signature line, Olay, is very popular in Asia too, and it does not feel like a Lululemon fabric, but it is more like totally new touch of fabric, more light and gives cooling when workout, and it's still cheaper than Lululemon. Among 3.3 million of US population, 18.2 million are Asian. Definitely there is a need for Asian fit activewear. I can guarantee you that I can provide the best Asian fit leggings and design, because currently we are working with the many athletes and sports instructors such as yoga instructor, ballet dancer, weight trainer, to say a few, to make better design for the best performance. Our annual sale increases 350% each year. We did not even advertise nationally. We didn't have any English account or global ambassador, but our exports were over $100,000 last year. And we now have a global ambassador in Hong Kong, Indonesia, and Taiwan, etc., and expect an extreme increase in exports this year. And we even closed $500,000 deal with a company in China last month. We were an officer activewear brand sponsor Miss Korea in 2020 and Korean Major Leaguer in Texas Rangers too. His wife were also wears our brand. In case of online marketing, we'll advertise with influencers on social media such as Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and so on. And before COVID-19, we held various events such as morning yoga class and beer Pilates party. So when Corona ends, we would like to hold another special event in the United States also, so that people who wear Parsley to experience our visions, values, and share our experience with others. And we want to make a partnership with fitness and yoga centers to advertise Parsi. And so hopefully we could open our first own store in States and more people to experience Parsi. Thank you.
Great. So I think the great presentation. Thank you. I think the leggings look great, or at least the photographs of all the gals in the leggings, that they seem to be doing what you're saying they're doing. I find it fascinating that we're targeting just the Asian market. Is there comments or questions from the panelists? Exciting times.
Are you strictly with the Asian sizes, or are you also thinking about other demographics of targets with different sizes and different continents?
Right now, I want to focus on the Asian more because I know Asian fit more than other stranger people. So I'm only thinking the Asian target right now, but in the future, maybe I will do other stuff more, I guess.
For the US market, are you thinking of selling from Korea? I'm assuming that you have a e-commerce website in Korea, or as call it, online shopping mall in Korean. Are you selling from that site into the US to retail consumers, or do you have a distributor currently in Korea, in the US, and how are you planning on the distribution and marketing strategy specifically for the US market?
Well, I want to have a website so that I can actually directly sell my products in the US market online. But right now, I don't really have any knowledge in the US market. So I wish to have a distributor to sell our products. Then maybe I will have my own online shop in the future, I guess.
Have you received any VC funding so far?
VC funding?
지금까지 받아가지고.
Yes, we do. From the 0 to 1 partners, and one of them is 대구 창조경제혁신센터. Yeah, we received from them.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Every funding was from South Korea.
Yes.
Is the goal to be the the cheaper alternative to Lululemon? What's your branding strategy? I know you're a startup now, but going forward, do you want to be the 4 times as cheap as Lululemon, or why not compete directly?
What? I didn't hear it. Why not?
Oh, compete directly. Make even more money.
Because I don't have enough money for it.
Okay, but
I
I
wish
guess
I have
you
enough
will.
money to compete with Lululemon directly. I really wish to, but since I don't have money, so I will just cannot compete with the Lululemon right now.
Not yet.
But
not
I
yet.
will be one day be a Lululemon in South Korea. Seriously.
Will there be parsley for men? I just happen to be my wife buys me all this Lululemon. I'm wearing Lululemon. I don't know why, but
Yes, that's the same answer. I don't have money for the man design.
not yet.
So
Okay.
if I can investment, I seriously want to design some clothes for men too, and so that my husband can wear too.
No, I think you're a great investment candidate for sure.
Yeah,
Thank
as a
you.
disclaimer, we actually have Lululemon as our portfolio in our previous fund. So
레전더리 벤처스에서는 룰루레몬의 직접적인 자기
Chu, this is Michael. How much are you looking to raise for the US market?
지금 얼마 받고 싶냐고 펀딩 이유.
I want to get as much as possible. Maybe 3 million will be so nice. Yeah.
looking for $3 million.
Thank you.
Well, great. I have more questions for you when we come to the Q&A section. I think in order to stay on schedule, we should switch, right? Is that the
Okay, thank
switch
you.
companies? Definitely, we're going to bring you back.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll tee up the next one. And are we going to Danby next?
Yes.
Okay, great. I really wish Zoom had better controls that made it easier to switch between screens. There we go.
Hello, my name is Gyeongnam Kwon, and I'm a founder and CEO of Danby. Have you ever been in this situation? Waiting online to order a cup of coffee at a local shop, but suddenly needed to use the restroom. After using the restroom, a line is obviously become longer, and you should wait for more minutes. It's annoying when you think about this. All of us have smartphones, but we usually waiting online without utilizing smartphones. Rather, we just watching something on the phone. Maybe you can go to more tech-friendly store, then you can order at kiosk devices in front of the counter. But you're still waiting online to order the menu in front of the kiosk while you're still watching something on your phone. So this is where we step in and decide to develop a solution, OrderFi, that allows customers to order without waiting on the line and without downloading anything from the app stores. Let's see how OrderFi works. It's simple, isn't it? We are currently selling the router that provides OrderFi service in South Korea and partnering with the giant franchise like Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin-Robbins to launch our service. In all, there will be 6,000 stores using our service in this year. To target the global market and the US market, we will charge each store a subscription fee for our OrderFi revenue model. The price will range from $30 to $100. We are looking to raise $4 million for Series A funding. With this funding, we will secure 30,000 stores in the next 2 years. Then we will achieve at BP. And we will add the all-in-one store management service and fintech service with the offline consumer data that we have collected from OrderFi service. Our core team members are developers from Samsung and LG, and we have years of experience analyzing our signal data. We are confident that we will succeed in the Asian market and also in expanding to the US market as well. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and feel free to ask any question. Thank you.
Great, thank you. 6,000 stores, that's a lot of stores. Does anyone have any comments or questions? Should we start with John?
Sure. So can you tell us a little bit about how you plan, I guess, expansion to the rest of Korea, but also how you plan to tackle, if you wanted to do some global expansion?
Yeah. Now, in Korea, we are selling the router, which provide the OrderFi service on e-commerce like Naver and Coupang. So in global market, the POS company has the third-party app market. So we will do marketing on their app store, app market. Yeah.
And right now, what kind of fundraising are you looking for?
Kind of fun.
Oh, yeah, like how much are you trying to
Yeah.
raise and so on?
Yeah, we just got the Series A funding. We want to get the Series A funding $4 million, and then with this funding we will secure the 30,000 stores in globally, and I think the order file services success is depend on the many users use it, and so we will spend money as the promotion marketing for first order to users, to beginners, like $1 to $5 discount.
Daniel or Catherine, did you have any other questions?
Do you have any other partnerships, whether it's telecom and if so, can you kind of go over that as well? And what's your churn?
Yeah, actually we are partnering with the KSNet, which is the QS company in Korea. They have 220,000 stores in Korea. And contract date is for 2 years.
Contract term is usually for 2 years.
Daniel?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed the part in the presentation. How if you're like going to a restaurant, you see a line there, you pull out your phone. How do you find Orderfy?
Yeah, just use the turn on the Wi-Fi, then our service pops up the menu of the restaurant.
Oh, automatically. Oh, just through the okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Wow. Got it.
Well, I think it's really interesting that you just pop in and go. The pricing point too, how has that been received by the majors? I mean, $30 to $180 per month for each store doesn't seem like a terrible expense for something like this. How did you decide on this particular model?
Yeah, we researched the market and interviewed the American American restaurant stores owner, and then they can pay $30 per month. They said, yeah. So we decide that the price, and $108 is mostly the accounting fee, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So if a retailer pays $180 for Dambi's service, then Dambi will do accounting and data collection and data analysis of their offline store data customers. So it's like an all-in-one package for $180 one, and this $30 router is just a simple model for Orderfy.
Got it. And what's the cost? What's the cost per router?
Yeah, the router price is just $20. Yeah.
Great.
Oh.
Yeah. It sounds like a great model.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank you.
I think American companies would have thought to try to figure out how to do some percentage of each of the transactions or to do a transaction fee. I think this has the potential to be adopted much more quickly because it's affordable. But yet I think you also end up getting yourself in there becoming more invaluable as well with the service. Yeah. Yeah. I think we should move along to the last one, right? And then we can open up for Q&A at the end. All right, so let's see here. The final one is Vogo. Crazy amounts of rapid growth in the first 3, 6, and then 10 and 7 months on this company here. I'm going to share my screen now, and let's roll the tape.
My name is Seung-tae, CEO of Vogo Play, which is leading live commerce market in Korea. Live commerce market is growing fast in US. The market size is $675 billion in this year, and forecasting it will be $50 billion in 2023. Why live commerce market are growing so dramatically? It's simple, because it's more interactive than just online shopping, and it's more realistic, like visiting the offline shopping mall and meeting a clerk face to face. Then let's see how Vogo make interactive and realistic shopping.
With our intuitive design, you can select and purchase the products whenever you want while watching the live show. Plus, you can communicate with customers through live chat and likes. We are the very first live commerce platform to support 1080 HD live streaming in Korea. With multi-angle camera streaming, you won't miss a single product detail during the live show. We also guarantee you an outstanding quality live show with pop quizzes, coupons, and various interactive functions like added images, banners, and sold-out marks. Supported by iOS, and mobile web bases, high accessibility is guaranteed. You can even use various social networking platforms like Google, WhatsApp, YouTube, or Instagram to direct customers to our live shows.
Until now, Vogo is the best live commerce system compared with any other competitors in Korea. We have #1 live streaming quality and #1 accessibility, better than Naver, Coupang, Kakao, which are Korean, Google, Amazon, Facebook. And it's same. We have better live streaming quality and accessibility than real Google, Amazon, and Instagram in US. We launched our service in Korea on July 2020, and in only 3 months, we achieved 135,000 MAU and earned $3 million. After 4 months, we reached 234,000 MAU and $10 million. We are growing up faster than any other competitors in the market, and it's going faster. Purchase conversion rate and repurchase rate are 9.60% and 67.7%, and they are 3 times higher than normal commerce platform. In this year, we will upgrade social features and auto subtitle and translation functions. In second year, we will become shopping media platform containing all kinds of shopping and products related contents, not only just live. In third year, we will evolve as more realistic commerce platform. It's VR commerce. As a result, we will make $3 billion turnover. The best team is making our goal. I worked as a strategy and product planning team in Samsung Electronics for 10 years and launched the first fitness accessory, the first wearable headset, and many other global projects. And also set up and operated Samsung Mobile Global Partnership, which is $1 billion scale. And we have CSO, global payment experts who launched Samsung Pay, and CTO who developed the Visa payment system in Korea. Besides, our other great members are joined from Samsung, HBO, Mimibox, and so on to create a new experiencing shopping space into the world. Now, we have the best platform, we have the best team, And if we have the great investment, I'm sure we can make the next generation shopping space together. Invest to the next generation shopping is Vogo. Thank you.
Wow, that was a fantastic presentation. Great job, Sung. You know, I'm going to start out. By the way, I'm not on camera just because I know a lot of people can't see some of the panelists. So I've put the image of the panelists up there so everyone can see who's on the call. And I myself am Darren Ng. For anybody who's just joining us, it looks like we had 4 or 5 more people join us in the last 10 minutes or so. So just want to say welcome again. That presentation was fantastic. I would love to invite you to meet with our head of Lava Media, because I think given the live elements to what you're doing and the streaming of the video, it would be a great crossover with the Lava Media. And I think that it's, you know, whether it's that I think your technology platform is very interesting. And so I don't really have a question for you. I just wanted to say that. I do have a question. Are you working with any of the networks or any of the other media companies in Korea, or are you just a standalone business right now?
Now we are working standalone. We can work with some media company, but actually we don't have that because it's kind of the money taking. So if we want, we can do that, but not this time. We don't really need that.
So then my follow-up question would be the content that you're showing, all the video content that you're producing there, is that self-done or is that being done by the product makers?
We are doing that ourselves right now, because we think the live commerce is important to keep the best quality for our customer. If everyone can do the live commerce streaming, I mean selling their products, then we cannot keep our good quality commerce. So we cannot give that good experience for our customers. So because we doing this kind of strategy. Yes.
Yes,
Last
so,
question, how are you leveraging social
the
media
production
to
in-house
drive?
for their
I'm sorry.
customers and clients?
I spoke over you. Sorry about that. So can you repeat what you said? I didn't hear what you were saying.
Oh, so Vogo is doing their production in-house for their clients.
Got it. So my last question was going to be, how are you leveraging social media? You know, here in the States, almost all of the different social media platforms have a live feature. Is there a way to leverage that? You know, if I see a famous or a favorite TikToker and then I see that they're live, is there a way to leverage that into one of your channels?
Yes, that is the Vogo's strong point. So as you can see from our video, we can Vogo can be accessed from all kinds of social media. So we can use the social media as our advertising platform, and then from that social media they can when they want to buy the product, they can coming into our platform. So we can use their platform, and also we have another strategy for the US market. In Korea, actually, we don't use the influencers for the marketing tool, because the way to earning the money is to selling the product. So our strategy in Korea is kind of low price strategy. So even we don't use the influencers, our customer know we sell the product very reasonable price. They automatically come to our our platform. But I think in US market is different. So we're gonna use a lot of influencers. So start from the Korean influencers to Korean influencer to get the Asian people market, and then if it's working well, then we change it to the American influencers. So they can, if they play in our platform, the American influencers, then their fans can come to our platform.
Gotcha. Thank you. I didn't mean to monopolize the questions. Did anyone else have a question? John, Daniel, or Catherine?
Sure. Real quick, what are some of, or what is your top selling item, or some of the top selling items?
Great
and
question.
can you go over the customer experience? In particular, I wanted to ask if, are you using like live streaming, live commerce platforms like from Naver and Kakao and so on, or do you have your own channel?
팔리는지 물어보고요. 라이브 커머스 보고가 자체적으로 하는 건지 아니면 카카오나 이런 거를 이용해서 하고 있는 건지.
Okay. Maybe 3 weeks ago we sell the Tefal price end. Yeah. There are and 5,000 sets just 1 hour, and it priced about $1 million. Yeah. We earned the $1 million in one hour, and then we have our own platform. So Kakao has their own platform, Coupang has they're developing their own platform, and the Naver has their own platform, and we have our own platform. And as I told you, our system is the best in Korea, best streaming quality and best accessibility. Yeah, so yeah, that is our strong point.
I see. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying.
Daniel, you looked like you were about to ask a question before.
I missed the part. What is like the top 5 selling products? Did he answer that?
Did you say top 5?
Yeah, the top 5 products. This is
제일 잘 팔리는 5가지 중.
Okay, the first one was Tefal price end, and we earned $1 million. And the second was the Galaxy Tab S7 LTE Plus model that's from the Samsung, and that was also almost $1 million, $0.9 million. And the third one was Korean ginseng products. Yeah, so yeah, we had a happy New Year ceremony in Korea, so they buy that kind of product a lot for the presents. And the fourth one was yeah, do you know the massage gun? Massage gun, yeah. So we sell that almost 10,000 sets, and the last one was the mask. Yeah, we sell that almost 3 million papers.
3 million masks.
Yeah, 3 million masks.
Last up on this one, Catherine, do you want to ask a final question?
Sure. So you were talking about influencers and so forth, but I want to get to know your B2B, B2C, kind of like your sales cycle, but also what's your price points on your B2C and B2B? Do you have a B2B portion of your business?
We don't do the B2B business. We
very focused on the B2C business. So which products will selling well for our customer. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about the business model? So you mentioned the tefal frying pan, right? So
Yeah.
how much goes to whom and how much does Vogo, the company, keep?
테팔이 10억 정도 팔렸으면 그거는 얼마 정도?
Yeah, our standard model is the revenue share, 8% revenue share. Of course, but depends on the situation. We change the revenue share. Yeah, 5% or 8%. Yeah.
That's separate from the credit card charges, like
8% is include the credit card charges. So our real revenue can be maybe 6%. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, so pretty much, when you were showing the graphs before that in February, I think you did $10 million in revenues. That's actually top line, right? So GMV, gross merchandising value. And
yes, that's right.
Your take revenue would be about 800,000.
No, 800,000. Oh yeah, okay, but you are right. I mean, yeah.
And then credit card charges would be about 200,000.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So there's a question. I'm going to jump in now and transition to questions from the audience. If the panelists, do you have any other questions from the panelists? And I see
I'm good. Just to say, good presentation, and to the other teams as well. Thank you for your great work, everyone.
Thank you.
Well, we'll keep the panelists around right now in case there's an added comment that makes sense with the panelists being here. I'll ask a first question while you're here still. The 10 million in revenue that you mentioned having, is that revenue or is that process transactions?
Revenue.
10 million is the total amount of the price of all the products we sold. And then from that money, 8% will be our real revenue. Is it clear?
Yes, that's clear to me.
Yeah.
And does anyone else, while we're up here, feel free to pop up the questions before we switch companies or CEOs. I know there's a little bit of a lag time with these things. There's another question for Parsley. Hello, welcome back. We have two questions for you. One is Parsley corrective activewear? As in, would it make, well, I guess there's a couple of questions here because I was going to ask it slightly differently. Is it corrective activewear? And two, one, it says, as it would make my Asian butt curvier. But then I was also wondering if is it corrective in the sense of posture? We're waiting for translation to happen. You guys are still on mute.
It's not a health care wear, so it doesn't really correct your posture or anything. It just helps you for it just helps, no, but for more best performance when you're working out. So it's actually sportswear more than like a healthcare wear, I guess.
So it's
So
sportswear
I
more than
see-
healthcare wear, but what about the question of looking? So you're saying it feels better to do sport.
Yes. Yeah.
Does it make you look, you said it's an Asian fit, so you're making it so that it's, because Asian bodies are built differently, but yet at the same time, from a fashion standpoint, does it make you look more, let's say, less Asian and more hippie, which is
Well,
which is
from my
popular
point of
culture?
view, I don't think leggings can help you to have like more curvier shape or like a big butt or anything. You just have to work out for it, I guess. For me, I guess the reason why we wear leggings and our pursy things, or that help you to work out more. No, like for the more better performance, and it's very comfy, so you can wear in everyday life. But I didn't make parsley to make like a curvier shape or anything. Yeah.
So then the other question to clarify this then is, how is the Asian fit different from a non-Asian fit? And then how is it different from the Lululemon fit, which I don't even know there is a Lululemon fit.
Well, I guess Asian women like to cover up their shapes more, so they prefer more high waist leggings, and because there more people are shorter than the other southern countries, so it has to be shorter, the length of the leggings. And also for the design, I don't know, when I was looking at the other sites, like other, not even the Lululemon, like other foreign leggings brands, they're like, I don't know, I just feel like I think their design was too much. So I wanted to be more minimal, and I want to be like, I don't know, more everyday like leggings and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that definitely answered the question. Did the panelists have any additional questions now that we've got a little bit more clarity on sort of where the product fit is?
No, and I apologize. I have to leave early, but I just want to thank the organizers and all the great entrepreneurs that pitched today for their great presentations. And I think everybody's in a good trajectory. So yeah, it will be great to see how these companies evolve in the next few years and become greater companies. So just want to thank everyone and the organizers as well. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us, John. We really appreciate your time. Catherine, did you have any other final words with, I know that you said you were invested in Lululemon in a previous fund. Does that exempt you from being able in the new fund of investing in something like this, whether it's this one or something else?
It doesn't exempt. I mean, it's just a different target. So everything's open. We go by deal, segment by segment. So, we're open. We tend to look for products or services that can go global as well too. And so we're open. So I'm here for conversations.
I have one more question for you with regard to the market where you're specifically focused on the woman legging market and the Asian woman legging market. You're targeting the US. Are there other countries that have a large population of Asians that you would also be targeting besides Asia, obviously?
China for definitely. Oh, not Asia. Oh, sorry. No, I haven't thought of it. Maybe like Canada, I guess, but same continent, America. So maybe Canada. But other than that, China or like other East Asia country like Singapore or Hong Kong or Taiwan.
Right. And have you gone after any other venture capital to go into any of those markets yet?
다른 나라 가려고 하고 있는 중이에요.
No, this is my first time, I guess. No, not yet, but I will definitely. Thank you.
Okay, it looks like we have, I think our last question in here looks like it's for Danby. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have a quick question for FitPet.
Oh, okay. We'll bring that back in a second. Well, let me ask, since he's there, let me ask the Danby question, if you don't mind, Catherine.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, well, hold on. Nope, they're switching anyway.
Yeah, if that's going to be here.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, so are they only strictly I know we just heard him talk his pitch, but he's talked about pet food and insurance. Is he doing that with a partner or, solo in Korea? And how is he going to address that if he goes to different markets?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, we start with our biotest kit and we grow up. But actually, at the moment, we are making about 80% of our revenue from pet food and insurance. And actually, we are doing ourselves. Of course, we don't have manufacturing facilities, so we have contract with the OEM factories. So we actually laid this Series B investment last year, October. So we actually building our own manufacturing facility for pet food, and also insurance. We are have with one of the largest insurance. Yeah, so US market is great if we have right partner and do similar business model with us.
I didn't
Now
catch the
we are
last part
looking
because the
for a
microphone keeps
distributor
breaking
partner
up.
first. But if we have the right to partner in United States or investors, we want to try to similar the business models like the collecting data and customer using our kit, but we also develop our pet food and also provide pet insurance to the same client.
Where do you manufacture your pet food? And what kind of certifications do you have?
Yeah, actually, we have large pet this, but actually we apply for FDA manufacturing facility license. Actually, we registered. We already done that. So there was only 3 companies to do that. So we have contracted with the 3 manufacturing companies in Korea, and I'm pretty sure they are largest company.
And can you give more details on the insurance component? Are you registered and have the license to issue and be an issuer, or are you, partnering up with an insurance company?
Oh, yeah. Actually, last year, June, we introduced a monthly subscription service for fitness apps. So we organize the pet food and then supplement product and also biotest kit, and we deliver them to our clients every month. And actually, we include the pet insurance together. So we are not an insurer, but we have contract with the insurance company in Korea. So we got a big discount. We providing about $30 value insurance to $10. So actually, we include in our subscription service for fitness apps. But we are not an insurer, but our final goal is establishing our own insurance company in Korea.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Scott. Are there any other questions for Scott and FitPet? I don't see, oh, wait, we may have just gotten some here. Has he researched if transaction fees can be waived in the US as they are in South Korea, which is one of the benefits that Aaron called out?
Is this question for Pat or what?
It doesn't say, so I'm not quite sure. South
I think
Korea.
it might be for Vogo.
Yeah, I think you're right.
A BOGO.
Yeah.
Oh.
But let's bring Danby back up because I know that we had a question about the about Danby.
Okay.
And then I know we've got about 5 minutes left, if I'm not mistaken. I wanted to just call out and put some people on the spot. I know Cervantes Lee in the audience very often has some pretty good questions. I believe Janet Burt is in the audience, and she's with a group that that is looking to help to bring companies into the United States. And they have funding from a number of universities and grant programs. So I'm looking to see if there's any comments popping up in the Q&A from there. Welcome back, Gyeongnam. Let's see here. Are Baskin and Dunkin's a seamless jump? Meaning, is it going to be seamless for you to move into Baskin Robbins in the United States? Is the technology plug and play? And is it easy to get up and running in the US locations just as it is already in Korea? Or is it different technology?
봤는데 미국에서도 그거 똑같이 들어갈 수 있는지 기술적으로?
Yes, technology is everywhere is okay. US or Korea isn't a problem, but maybe POS program is maybe in Korea or US is different. So we just partnering with the POS company. We need a partnership with the POS company in the United States.
Gotcha. And then it looks like there was a clarification on the question. It was for Danby and for Vogo. I think the question is can transaction fees be waived in the US as they are in South Korea? So I don't know if she means banking transaction or Visa transaction fees or what. I'm going to wait 2 seconds here and see if she adds clarity to this. It looks like that was Laura Kojak who's in the audience. I won't even dare to pronounce her real full last name because it's long and complicated with lots of vowels. Laura's with one of our sponsors, Boston Private Bank, which is a very large private bank that has a lot of really interesting services. Let's see, settlement fees is what she's referring to. So credit card settlement fees. Are they waived here as they are in Korea for, I guess, cross-border companies?
In Korea or in US?
Is she asking for U.S. market or Korean market?
Korean market.
I think both. Can they be waived in the US as they are in Korea?
I don't think it's for him. I think it's for Vogo.
It says in the question, it says for Danby and for Vogo. Oops.
In Korea, it's just the payment gate fee we called is 2.2%.
2%.
Of the 2%.
Okay.
And the US market, the example, for example, the Stripe is the 2.9%. I know, yeah.
Great. That sounds normal. That's from what I've heard. Last question of the night coming from Cervantes. What is the per unit, and this is for Danby, what is the per unit cost for installation in the US? And what channel strategy do you have in mind if you do have a channel strategy in mind?
미국에서는 이거 아웃풋이 이제 하나 설치해 주는데 어느 정도 가격이 들 것 같고, 그다음에 채널 어떻게 뚫든지 그런 전략이 있으면 처음마다 될 것
And Jong, if he wants to read it, it's in the chat, so you should be able to see it.
네, 이건 이제 번역이 좀 필요할 것 같아서 저희 공유기는 한국에서는 그 공유기를 이제 매장에 넣을 때 매장주가 직접 설치를 하는 스타일이에요. 그래서 택배를 보내서 매장주가 그냥 전원 꽂으면 다 동작하는. 네네.
Usually in Korea, in South Korea, what Nambi does is to send out those routers, and then the owner of the small shop or retail shop, they just install by themselves, install that router by themselves. So 미국은 for America, they're thinking the same way of doing business by sending the router, and then the owners just install the routers by themselves.
Got it. Okay. And is there a channel strategy?
We already the integration with Clover and Scare POS. So and they have the app market. So we will add register their app in their app market, and we will marketing their market.
Gotcha. Any final questions for anyone? Because I think we're over time. I want to thank the panelists tonight. I want to thank Michael McClune and Sharon Rebinder again for Global Lava. Jong, I would like to thank you and the folks there in Korea for helping us out today, and for really being the ones who spearheaded the event. I think we had a great audience. Most folks hung in there till about maybe 10 minutes ago. We dropped about 5 or 6 folks. But for the most part, I think we had a great event. Again, thank you, Catherine, for the insightful questions, and Daniel as well. And I thank the other panelists who are not on the call anymore. I thank you all. Any final words, Michael?
If you're worried about processing fees, if you work with the International Business Accelerator, you get $10,000 of credit for Stripe processing fees. Just saying. And then $10,000 of credit for AWS as well.
Great.
So we could bring that 2.9% down a little bit in that first year.
There you go.
Thank you, Michael.
That's okay. It's okay. It's a good feature to point out. Well, thank you to everyone that joined us tonight. Again, our next event that's coming up is the Women in Lava event next week. We'll be focused on who's done deals in COVID and raised quite a bit of money. And so check that out. Go to lava.org, click on the events tab, and you'll be able to find that event next week and all the other events that we have coming up. One final word to anyone out there who's either a startup raising money or an investor. And I know I can see on the list, there's a number of you investors out there. If you have a portfolio company and it has closed its round of funding, please let me know. Send me information. We're starting a column called Recent Raises, and we're going to be announcing who's closed what as kind of keeping our thumb on the pulse of our community and sharing good news. So I thank you all for joining us, and I will bid everyone good night.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Darren.
Thank you, Catherine.